Okay, guys, finally we've made it. So today we'll be talking about the structure of the TOEFL exam. So it's important. It's an important video for everyone who is just planning to prepare to start the preparation for the TOEFL exam. Those students who are comparing different exams, IELTS, TOEFL, and Cambridge, and are choosing the best one to prepare for, or those who are in the middle of preparation, but maybe they don't have a clear-cut picture of what's awaiting them. Okay, another point, guys. Maybe some of you watch me or listen to me, and and you think, guy, like he doesn't really use these academic advanced vocabulary or very difficult grammar structures. Well, you need to understand that I don't just prepare for the TOEFL exam, but I have beginners, elementary, pre-intermediate students. So that's why I prefer to use a more general, neutral American English, without a heavy accent or very difficult vocabulary. Yeah? Sometimes it's interesting when I have advanced students and 5 minutes later I start another lesson with my beginners and they're really taken aback, like, what's happening, what's going on? The last lesson he spoke some Romanian to us, translated something, and now he's just speaking only in English and so fast. So yeah, it happens. I have to adjust to all the levels and all the students that I have. So let's get back to TOEFL. TOEFL structure, we have four sections. Most other exams also have four sections, maybe not in this same order, but this is the order on TOEFL. So the first section you're going to have is reading. What you have in the reading section, you will have three texts to read and to answer questions after them. So each text is followed usually by 10 questions. That means you will have 30 questions and about 51 minutes to read the text and do the questions. So they give you about 17 minutes per text. Second section on TOEFL is listening. Listening on TOEFL is different from the other exams because here note-taking is very important. So you will have conversations, campus conversations, maybe two students, maybe a librarian and a student. Usually conversations are shorter, 3-4 minutes long. So you'll have on average two conversations. Each conversation will be followed by just 5 questions and 3-4 lectures. Lectures are harder, lectures are longer. They can be as long as 6 or 7 minutes, and they're followed by 6 questions. So you'll have on average about 34 questions to answer. Okay, then you'll have a short break, and when you come back from the break, you do the speaking section. In the speaking section, there are 4 questions. Only the first one is independent, is a pure question that you need to answer. They give you very little time to prepare, just 15 seconds, and then you need to talk for 45 seconds, yeah? Usually it's an agree or disagree question or some sort of selection, choose one thing out of 2 and explain why it's better, or maybe one thing out of 3, okay? And after that, questions 2, 3, and 4, they're integrated. What does it mean? Well, it means that you'll have to use your other skills like listening and reading and note-taking while answering those questions. So question number 2, I call it announcement, or you can call it also a campus situation. We will have 1 minute to talk about the situation. Question number 3, a general specific. You get a text to read, and after that you listen to a lecture. This is the hardest question, and you have to talk for 1 minute. And the last question is a summary of a lecture. So you'll listen to a lecture, and in 1 minute you will have to summarize it. So again, questions 2, 3, and 4, they're integrated. But again, you know what to expect. So you know that every time after question 1, you'll have an announcement question. After the announcement question, you'll have general specific, yeah? And after that, question number 4 will always be a summary of the lecture. Okay, and the fourth section is writing on TOEFL. You have two tasks here. The first task is integrated writing. We already know what's integrated. That means you will have to read and to listen to something. So in integrated writing section, you will have to read a short text in 3 minutes, and then you'll have to listen to a lecture on the same topic. And very often the professor will disagree with the text, and they will give you 20 minutes to explain these differences between the text and the lecture. Well, actually the task says summarize, yeah, summarize the main points in the lecture, and show how they contradict or cast doubt on the points made in the reading. Yeah. So we see three of the speaking questions, and the integrated writing. The first question of the writing section is about summarizing. It's not about your opinion or what you think, unlike other exams. And the second task in part four, in section four, writing, is an essay. So you'll be given 30 minutes to plan and write an essay of about 350 words. Well, it can be longer, but that's what they expect of you, about 350 words. So this is the TOEFL structure. Again, I've mentioned this, but I'll say it one more time. The easiest section should be listening for you. That should be the highest score. Um, Speaking is not very difficult to develop. Three, four lessons, three, four homeworks. Many students think that it's very hard to prepare for the speaking section. It's not true. The hardest section will be reading. And of course, if you have very little experience writing, that's going to take a little bit of time too. Have a nice day, and I'll see you in the next video.